Welcome everyone to the Wrestling Nerd broadcast. It is I, your former but soon to be again King of the Nerds, DaveCTheVoice. Before we get going with tonight's episode, I have a very special request for everyone that is watching or may know somebody that could help. Our commissioner, Harold the Puppet, who is on tonight's show with us, is participating in the WWE's SummerSlam announcer contest. Now, me being the old man, ironically the youngest of the group, don't know much about TikTok. So I am putting my full announcing support behind our commissioner, Harold the Puppet. So what I'm asking you is that you go over on TikTok and find Harold's channel, profile, whatever you call it. We'll link it in the video below. And follow him on all the platforms of social media and just throw all our support behind Harold. He is handled by Tom Sasso, one of the most genuine, great human beings I've ever had the pleasure of knowing in my life. So let's support Tom. Let's support Harold. Go over, check out his YouTube channel, check out his Instagram, his Facebook page, and most importantly, Harold the Puppet on TikTok. Link in the comment section below. Check it out. Go, Harold, go. From the voice to the commish. You got this, Harold. And now let's start the show. You're watching DCTV. Now here's your host, the voice, Dave Canning.
It's you, it's me, it's DCTV. It's you, it's me, it's DCTV. Let's start the show.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It is you, it is me, it is NRD, and of course, Harold the PR Commissioner, Harold the Puppet, accompanied closely by our close friend of the show, Mr. Tom Sasso, and it is episode 27 of the Wrestling Nerd broadcast because we wanted to make sure that we bring you, us, the nerds, just the nerds, and Harold, obviously, at least once a month. So we're going to try to rearrange some stuff and try and figure out new ways to bring you fresh content. So it's not just an hour-long interview you're listening to every week. We're going to figure out some new content and bring out some good stuff so we get those views up because people need to smash the subscribe button, watch the videos, like them, and share them with your friends. So please, no gracefully touching the subscribe button. Smash it, okay? So hello, Harold. How are you?
Well, hello there, Dave. I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I mean, I'm great. I threw you off the heck in a cell like I promised to a few weeks ago, but you seem to have recovered gracefully.
Oh, yeah. You cannot hurt what is made of clouds. And that's me.
I mean, it is funny, though, because we are recording this, kayfabe. We are recording this before Slammiversary, and Slammiversary is where I will defend this crown, the King of the Nerds title, against Nick Carpenter and Ryan Crossley. And of course, our predictions will be moderated by the one, the only commissioner of the Wrestling Nerd broadcast, Harold the Puppet. So yes, he is handsome. He is fluffy. He is not the king, ladies and gentlemen. That's me. So we are going to we have a bunch of questions that we've randomly been talking with our patrons about this afternoon and evening. And so we're gonna talk about them here. We're going to talk about some other questions that I thought of as well, so we can keep a little wrestling base, so it's not just complete savagery. My Lord. So yeah, if you are not a member of our Patreon, you can join us over there, patreon.com/WNRDB. We've revamped our tier rewards. You join it, Nick's Garage, you get to join that Facebook group chat, and you will get your name in the credits of our videos. If you join the $6 tier level, you will get access to the Nick's Garage rewards, and you will get to join our monthly Zoom meeting. And if you join right here in the Dave Cave, you will be all those rewards we mentioned. Plus, you will be entered to win a signed 8x10 from a previous guest of the Wrestling Nerd broadcast. It's not me. It's not Ryan. It's not Nick. It could be Harold. It could be, if we can figure that out. Like I don't
have fingers, so I can't hold a pen, but I could probably make it work.
Like, just put it in your mouth. Whoa, kinky. But so I thought I'm just going to ask the first question because it came to me the other day and it's wrestling based. So we at least have a wrestling based question. So I thought of this. What moment made you pop like big time? Like, this is why I love wrestling, and it got you genuinely excited. within like the last 5 years. Who wants to start?
Right there.
I could
Man
go.
Scout, Jake Man. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Ryan Crossley. Ryan,
Oh.
friend of the show, Man
There've been
Scout.
some comparisons.
Dear Lord, whoa! Put those guns away. Do you have license for those?
Not for the farmer stand. Okay. Actually, yeah, something came to mind. I just got back in the wrestling in 2017, but I went when Cody and Kenny were having their battle. Can you hear me still?
We lost you. I mean, I hear you, but I just have your name on the screen.
Actually, I'm hanging up on my grandma. I denied her call for the fans. Here we go.
Grandma's not a patron. She doesn't get access.
She did watch the Swoggle bit because she was a NASCAR fan. We talked to Swoggle about it.
Yes.
I showed her that. She liked it. But when Kenny and Cody were fighting for the leadership of the Bullet Club, so I was watching then. I was in Vegas with my now wife, girlfriend, fiance then. But I don't know if you guys remember Bernard, Bernard the business bear.
Of course. Bernard is currently sitting on my desk at my new job. It's great.
I've been looking for him. That's where he is. I didn't know. Okay. But anyway, Bernard came out with Cody all the time. I forget who Cody fought in Ring of Honor, but Bernard got into the ring. They went for a hug or something, and Bernard pushed Cody. It ended up being Cody in the Bernard suit, lifted the hat off or the helmet,
Mm-hmm.
It sounds so silly when I say it, because I'm like, how could that be it was a pretty big storyline, something pretty comical, but I know I went nuts because I think that was the first time I saw Kenny Omega live, and it was awesome. I was hoping it was him. I thought it was, and when it was great.
Nice. Harold, how about you?
I think that is a very easy question for me to answer. There was a moment that brought me to tears, and my human handler, Tom. We were sitting on the couch, and we saw Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi embrace in a brotherly hug, a loving embrace. Who knows? Do they love each other? Maybe. Oh, man. But when they hugged and that confetti went, bam! I started to cry. I was so happy. That moment was truly amazing. Years of storytelling. That is good television.
Definitely. Nick, how about you?
I would have to probably say, what was it? It was All Out, I guess. All In was the first one. Which one did?
All In was the first. Was
so
not AW. Yeah, so All Out.
I'm going with Moxley. Moxley coming in at the end. That was All Out, right?
Yes, that was All Out.
That was probably.
Oh, no, that was Double or Nothing. That was Double or Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And All Out was the following. Okay. Yeah, was the one in Chicago.
Yep. Yeah. So mine is from All In. So I remember when Pentagon and Kenny had just had their match, and then the lights go out, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's CM Punk!" And then all of a sudden, it's Pentagon's beating up Jericho, and then it's just like it's Jericho, and I'm just like, "Holy shit! Oh my God!" Margaret was there watching it with me, so she can vouch for this, like how crazy I went. I just like lost my mind and like fell in love with wrestling all over again. It was great.
I was at All In for that. The crowd went insane. It was so loud. I couldn't like figure out like, oh my gosh, what's happening? What's happening? Oh, okay, that's what's happening. You just couldn't hear anything except for screaming.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Okay, bye.
And like I remember the story of like how what's that? He flew like Tony Khan flew him from Arkansas, I think he was in. Yeah, he was in Arkansas doing a Fozzy concert, and he flew from Arkansas to Chicago and then back to do a show.
I think it was the other, but I think then he flew back and performed.
Yeah, Tony.
I remember he said he still had the makeup on his face.
Yeah, because I mean, he took that picture on his Instagram, and he's like still in the makeup. It's like, what the fuck? So,
and that was even before AEW was even a thing.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa. So. All right. Who else has a question that was asked around that we want to ask about? Anybody? Harold, what questions are on your mind this evening?
Oh boy, there were so many questions asked. I really don't know what was even asked.
Let's keep the kink ones private to the Patreon. Okay.
Yeah, that group got a little dirty.
Yeah. Oh, I needed a shower after today. Good Lord.
I have another question, though.
What's that?
If you could be best friends with any Simpsons character, who would it be and why is it Flanders?
Well, diddly fella, let me tell you, it would actually be Otto, because I think Otto is just, I love driving. I used Otto and Hit and Run on the PlayStation 2. So I would go with Otto because he just seems like a chill dude. Or Mo, because he could just, keep pouring me beers. So who else? Who's next on that? Ryan,
I'll
who would you?
go. I was thinking Otto too, because I mean, as a kid, I thought he was so cool. But I'm gonna go Barney, because it would be party 24/7, and I would not survive. Probably 24 too. I'd last 2 days max.
What about you, Nick?
And wait, sorry, he teach me how to burp also. Confession, I'm not a really good burper. I wish I was. He'd teach me.
I can't burp on command. Fun fact. Nick, what about you?
What is it?
What Simpsons character would you want to hang out with?
What was the what about Ralph? Isn't that the
I'm in danger.
That's impossible.
Just Ralph.
Lisa, you
Ralph
choose me.
Choo
I
choo.
can guess myself.
Say the line, Bart. So, yes. So there was one question that I made my statement, I think. But Nick and Ryan, I'm curious on yours. Tom asked this question originally. Would you eat human meat?
Just in general, like, okay. What is it?
No judgment. And this isn't a sex-based question either. This is like legit, like,
if someone served you a plate of human meat, the person wasn't killed for it, like they were dying, they donated their body to whatever, and someone said, "Hey, Nick, Ryan, Dave, I've got this human that like wanted to donate their body to be eaten. Would you try it?"
No.
What?
Maybe if it was like an apocalyptic situation, or like we were on like an island.
You're not a zombie.
To death, and like
This
is not
Lord of
it.
the Flies.
Someone just brought it over to you and said,
No.
"Nick, I've got human. Do you want to eat it?"
No, that's an easy no. That's a hard pass. I'm a picky eater as it is, and I just can't.
Yeah, I'm pretty
around that.
picky too. Like, if there's not chicken tendies on the menu, I usually don't go to the restaurant. Like, I don't eat seafood outside of New England, so I think I'd have to pass on the human.
Hard pass.
Unless it would. No, it's not a hard pass because I actually had to think. So.
Ryan?
I could only see myself doing it in survival situations. I'm a pretty picky eater too. I'm curious about the consistency. That would matter a lot. And
However you want it prepared.
How is it served? Is it like we having like wings? Like, is it like the freaking Renaissance fair? Like you're walking around with a big turkey leg?
It's on a charcuterie board.
Is it at is there a fondue pot, like some cheese or chocolate?
Of course.
Maybe some like jerky, like if you had a dehydrator, maybe like that.
So I don't eat meat at all. Like, I haven't had meat in like 6 years, I think.
Jesus.
I think that would be the only thing to get me to try it. Like, to eat any sort of meat is like, yeah, I'd be curious. I'd almost be like, can we cut off a piece of me?
So you want to?
Because I feel like
yourself.
that's a bit more humane. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I ask people that sometimes because then I can judge them really harshly.
On the topic of food, is a hot dog a sandwich? And why is that answer an astounding no?
Yeah, it's a no.
It's not a sandwich. If the restaurant has hot dog under their sandwich list, first of all, it's a kid's menu item. And second of all, it's not a sandwich. It's a hot dog. It's a specialty item. Harold, why are you going to yell at me right now?
Well, David, I agree. A hot dog is not a sandwich.
Thank God. It's not. It's just that.
But a taco is.
Is it?
No.
Let's see. I'm trying to look through. Do you think this is from JP Hooper. He asked, are Rod Stewart and Barry Manilow the same person? Has anybody seen Barry Manilow or Rod Stewart in concert?
No. Has anybody ever seen both of them in the same place at one time?
Yes, because they're the same person.
I mean, I've seen Barry Manilow in concert. Great concert, by the way. If you've never seen Barry Manilow, I was there. I was with my family. Shout out to all the Fanilows over there.
I have this question now.
What's your question, Nick?
What was everybody's first concert?
Oh,
I think I saw Raffi perform Baby Beluga.
Who?
Does nobody know who Raffi is?
No.
Oh, I do.
Oh, thank God. Tom knows who Raffi is.
That was Harold.
Oh, yes, Tom. Harold. Whoops.
I know who Raffi is too, Ryan.
Good. Oh, okay, good. Just
Wait,
check.
what do you?
No, I think, but like first concert I vividly remember going to see, I believe was Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden when I was like in elementary school, like second grade, I want to say.
Dang.
That's right. I saw Billy Joel. Harold, pick your jaw up off the floor. The king sees King Royalty Entertainment. And then but like the stage he's on, if you've never seen Billy Joel live, his piano rotates. And when I saw that move the first time, I was like, whoa! It was the coolest thing to be as a kid. I was like, it rotates. Holy shit. So what about you guys? What was your first concert?
I'll go.
Anybody yell out. I don't care.
I went, my dad took me to see Alice Cooper. I had no idea who Alice Cooper was, but it was pretty good. They had clowns that threw giant balloons into the audience that people bounced around till they popped, and he had snakes, and it was like a whole spectacle. And I was pretty young too, probably like 7, 8, I don't know. So
How about you, Ryan?
That's a good show. On that note, I haven't heard him forever. He has a song called Wind Up Toy. I don't know if it's adolescent, angsty Ryan, junior high kid who like that, but good song. Check it out. My first concert was here in my hometown. The opener was Airplane or Jefferson's Airplane, whatever they're calling them.
Airplane.
Kansas. I think Electric Violin was amazing.
Damn, and then so old.
I'm not that old. No, they were. This was at a baseball stadium, so they were kind of just on a military base. It wasn't even like a big baseball stadium. I'm not that old. They're kind of on their way, just kind of hanging on, playing any shows they could get, I think. But the lead singer was dressed up he looked like Wayne from Wayne's World, like literally black shirt, black hat, the hair. I was like, is that Wayne? But and then the headliner was REO Speedwagon. Yeah, and then
dope.
Yeah, good first concert. And I remember I kicked my uncle in the nether regions and almost got beat up.
Jesus. Harold, how about you? What was your first concert or puppet show?
I saw a lot of local bands first, but my first big concert was Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take you to the Beach Boys, baby.
Yeah.
I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me excitations.
Oh, that's where'd you see the beat?
Good vibrations.
Do you want to dance? Do you want to dance? Oh man, where did you see the Beach Boys?
In Homedale, New Jersey, at the PNC Bank Arts Center.
Oh, I saw John Mayer and the Counting Crows at the PNC Bank Arts Center. That's
seen a lot of bands there. I used to live 8 minutes away.
Oh man,
we should get John Mayer on the show. He's a wrestling fan, right?
Yeah,
he's a good friend of mine.
Not that John Mayer.
Episode 100 with John Mayer.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The road to episode 100 with John Mayer. This is not a misdirection whatsoever. We will have John Mayer on episode 100. I might even break out my guitar.
Gravity.
Let's see. Harold, have I told you your body is a wonderland?
Yes, you text me every day and let me know how wonderful I am.
Okay, this one is from the magnificent Margaret. Intergender wrestling dream match. Who would you go with? I jokingly said Giant Gonzalez versus Eva Marie. But if we want to go a legitimate match, let's go Tessa Blanchard versus John Moxley. I think that'd be a pretty fun fight to watch. I watched Tessa Blanchard versus Nick Gage the other day, and I was like, "What the heck? This rope!" First of all, the ropes are made of chain, and I was like, "This is literally just the thumbnail is Nick Gage has his fingers in Tessa's mouth, and he's just doing to her." I'm like, ah. So I think her and Moxley would be fun. So Harold, your hand is raised.
I would like to see Maki Ito against Kota Ibushi.
Ooh.
The princess of PP and Poo Poo against the god.
What about you, Ryan? Who do you have in your dream gender wrestling match?
That's a great question. I didn't think of anything previously. I'm thinking Candice LeRae. I've heard a lot of great things about her as far as just running matches, like her brain. So I'm going to go Candice LeRae. That was pretty easy for me to pick. Male-wise, I can't think, but I'm going to say HBK. I mean, the matches they put together, I'm just going to go with that. And Johnny would be super jealous because he's a huge HBK fan. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a really, really fun match to watch.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nick, how about you? What's your intergender dream wrestling match?
Well, I didn't read any of these questions beforehand, so this is all on the spot.
Consider yourself lucky for what we went through in this chat today.
Aja Kong versus that's a good heavyweight. Mark Henry.
Congo Kong.
Yeah, versus Congo. Perfect. Aja Kong versus Congo Kong. Or Falaba. We were just talking about Falaba.
If you're gonna do Aja Kong versus Congo Kong, you have to have Awesome Kong and Tamatong on the outside as enforcers.
Oh yeah.
And the statue of King Kong Bundy.
Yep.
Al Bundy's uncle or cousin, something like that. I feel like I can't remember the episode of Married with Children.
Wait, really?
I haven't watched Married with Children in 20 years. So I sit like Al Bundy every day, but Al
Bundy right there.
Jeez Louise. This is a PG show, although we've cursed quite a bit. Let's see. What's it? Lindsay Lindsay just answered the question, never mind. But shout out to Patreon, Lindsay. Would you rather, Tom asked this question, would you rather swim in a pool full of Nutella or a pool full of maple syrup? I feel like you're not going to be able to move around in the Nutella. So I think you're going to have more of a chance to actually swim in maple syrup. So I'd go with the maple because I feel like Nutella, although I would rather have Nutella, I feel like I'm just going to sit there like one of those mud saunas. Harold, you're shaking your head vigorously. What did I do wrong?
Dave, maple syrup is very, very viscous. The more you fight, the less likely you are to get out of it. You gotta pick the Nutella. Swim through it, chomp through it. It will be much, much quicker.
I think that Nutella will be a lot easier of a cleanup afterwards than the maple syrup will be.
Maple syrup actually kills more people than quicksand.
That's a fact.
Really, really sticky situation.
Don't ever say this show is not educational, folks, because we've just learned an amazing fact.
Tom told that.
Harold, is your hand raised, or are you just pumping your fist
It's
in victory?
raised. I have a fact.
Okay, fun fact with Harold.
Did you know that 100% of maple syrup related deaths involve maple syrup?
Really?
Yeah.
Also, is quicksand a real thing? I remember
being a
child.
child.
Anybody that ever was affected by quicksand? wasn't in a movie.
Was it just me, or as a child, were you ever concerned about quicksand? Like you could actually die at that in the Bermuda Triangle. Like,
doesn't seem like a problem.
The Bermuda Triangle's real.
Yes, but I thought like as an adult, I would have to, face it eventually. I didn't think like I would just, I'm fine where I am.
No, that's why maple syrup has killed more people than quicksand, Nick, because quicksand is fake.
You can't buy quicksand at the grocery store. Trust me, I know. I worked for one for 15 years. So.
I think Adam Savage on Mythbusters made quicksand one episode.
Just seemed like it was going to be a bigger problem.
And how'd it go?
Well, have you seen Adam Savage lately? I haven't.
So he's not with us?
He looks. My good buddy Steve looks just like Adam Savage. We saw him at a Comic-Con. I wanted them to meet. It would almost be like Back to the Future. You're not supposed to see yourself, I was like, if he sees you, he's going to think he's your son or something. Anyway.
I have a question for the group. Who's Scott Lost?
He's an old independent wrestler. I've
no idea. No disrespect.
But I couldn't tell you one match. I mean, I have heard of him, but I don't know.
Let's
grab something real quick.
Okay. Is it a Scott Lost artifact?
Yeah.
Is it your leftovers from Denny's?
This show brought to you by Denny's and the Grand Slam Breakfast. Don't watch our show on an empty stomach. You'll be here a while. Grand Slam Breakfast from Denny's.
Get your pancakes, baby. Yeah.
If you live by Dave and the guy strikes out a bunch of times, you get a free Grand Slam.
No, that Denny's went out of business. I think all those free Grand Slams, they legit went out of business like 2 years after that happened.
Speaking of Denny's,
what did you grab?
I'll tell you a sec. Sorry. More importantly than Scott Lost is what I had for lunch today. That's not true. That's rude. But I ordered the double cheeseburger, and it says, I saw that it's a big hamburger. It says, add another patty for $1.50. So I kind of wanted to joke. I'm like, oh, I should order an extra patty. And she'll think like, are you serious? But I'm like, oh, the double cheeseburger, and I'd like to add 3 patties. And she's just like, okay. I'm like, no, I'm kidding. Trying to joke.
You were getting the 5-stack.
But Scott Lost. I honestly didn't know who he was. I'm a West Coast native. I should know. I wasn't watching wrestling from 2000 to 2010. I guess he was the founder of Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Yeah, I got some accomplishments of his there. But I mean, that's PWG big back over on the West Coast at least.
Well, speaking of food, Tom asked again, if you could be a potato, how would you be prepared?
Tater tots!
Why tater tots?
Because you can put them in your pocket and save them for later.
Okay, Napoleon, give me some of your tots. God.
Gosh, give me your tots.
That scene irks me so much. Are you guys like clean freaks? I'm not, but tater tots in cotton sweatpants.
Yeah, just that's
with a zipper too. Sweats with the zipper, pretty cool.
Yeah, no thanks. Like what? But yeah, oof. But Nick, how about you? What kind of potato would you be?
I would be like a hash brown patty that you get from like the Wawa. I don't know if y'all have Wawas.
I've driven by Wawa.
Because that's just the way I consume potato the most, I guess.
Okay. What about Ryan? Did you give an answer on that?
I'll go tater tots also. Sometimes I put a slice of cheese on there, some bacon on it. Super healthy.
I like waffle fries. Is that just me?
Very close second, waffle fries.
Waffle fries are the bomb.com, ladies and gents. Okay. But no, so no, I wanted to comment on Ryan's story with adding patties. So there's up by where my uncle lives in Norwich, New York, upstate. There's a place called Garth's Deli that was founded by my family, I believe. I might not know the real history of my heritage, but so they have this thing called the Behemoth Burger Challenge. It's 4 quarter pounds patties, lettuce, tomato, and all that, 2 large orders of fries, and a pickle. And you have to finish it. You get your name on the wall. There's been 18 people when I did this years ago that had done it, and like 30 people failed. So I don't like pickles. I think they're absolutely disgusting. Fun fact. And so I said, can I substitute the pickle? Say, add more fries. And so this was my first mistake. Was I did this the day after Thanksgiving. Don't do any sort of competitive eating the day after Thanksgiving. Terrible idea. So I get down the burger. I get down to 24 fries because I started counting the fries on my plate. Didn't go well after that. just gonna leave it at that. There, as they say in competitive eating, there was a reversal of fortune. So
they could videotape it. That'd be so gross, but videotape it at the restaurant.
My grandmother was there, and I've never seen such disappointment radiating towards me. My cousin like goes down to like the corner candy store and like gets this giant like 2-foot gummy rat and is like just demolishing this thing while I'm eating this burger. I'm like, oh. And then this one woman came up to me and was like, if you puke, can I take your picture? I was like, ma'am, if I puke, I'm going to puke on you. Okay. I didn't puke on her. I didn't make a mess, though. It was very neat in my reversal of fortune. Just saying. So, Garth's Deli, Norwich, New York. Tell them the voice sent you. Just saying. Love that place. So, on that beautiful note, why don't we go to our top 3 Tuesday? We let our commissioner, Harold, and his handler, Tom, select our top 3 Tuesday. And we went with musical artists that we want to see made into micro brawlers. So, Harold, since you're technically our guest this week, do you want to go first or do you want to go last?
I want Nick to go first.
Okay. Nick, who is your top 3 Tuesday?
All right. I'm going to, once again, I have nothing planned, so I'm going to wing this. I'm going to try to go people that have been involved in wrestling to bring it back to wrestling a little bit here. Snoop Dogg. He's been in wrestling a lot. He's an artist. What about Lemmy from Motorhead? And who's going to be my last person? Flow Rider from the WrestleMania that I went to.
Dave, maybe I can interject a little. Sorry, my parents bought their retirement home, and they surprised me like we were supposed to be going somewhere else. And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna pull up to this house we've been looking at." I was on my phone the whole drive. My mom played that song, "Flow Rider, Welcome to My House." I thought it was on our old podcast. That was her intro. Like, "Oh, this is our house." It was just funny.
Don't sing it too much. We'll get demonetized.
Welcome to my house.
So I get so Ryan, you're next with your top 3 then.
Okay. I also didn't have a lot of time. Hard to choose which member, but I'm gonna go Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers when they played nude with a sock covering themselves.
What were they covering?
I don't know because it was covered. I don't know. And then Gene Simmons would be a cool one from Kiss, you know. Could substitute as the Kiss demon, maybe, you would know.
Yo, Torborg.
And then the last one I really couldn't think, but it just popped in my head. I always like TLC. I'm gonna go T-Boz. She had those Chasing Waterfalls, those long sideburns. I want it like kind of like that. I dug that in the 90s when I was 50 in the 90s.
Crazy sexy.
I saw TLC live on the taping of Nickelodeon's All That.
Oh, did you really?
They asked me, "Hey, Harold's handler Tom, do you want to be on TV?" I said no and ran away crying.
Oh, it's terrible. Could have had your big break right there.
Could have, but I didn't.
What were you saying, Ryan?
Oh, I was just say sorry. If we have any TLC fans, Pro Wrestling Tees has a really cool TLC shirt under funny shirts. It's TLC, a red shirt, kind of like the Crazy Sexy Cool album, but it's the tables, ladders, chairs. Really cool shirt. I've been meaning to buy it.
completely off topic, by the way. Well, I mean, it goes back to our original roots, but Ryan Barkin posted apparently 30 minutes ago. Should we put up more brawlers now or wait a couple days? I'm so bored.
Always.
And of course,
the answer is always wait a couple days.
And of course, Patreon member JP Hooper put up the We Nominal one. he wants that brawler, but I've checked Pro Wrestling Tees. Nothing in the micro brawler section right now. So for now,
what about a new arrivals?
It'd be under micro brawlers because it's a micro brawler.
Not always.
That's where Jerry Sags and Brian Knobs were. So just saying.
Oh yeah.
So my top 3 for musicians, I'm going to go with Slash from Guns N' Roses. I think that would be very, very cool brawler. You could have a variant like with the hair covering his eyes and then hair not covering his eyes, just the sunglasses. My second one would be Dave Grohl, my favorite artist, because he's just the man. And then third, I'm gonna be very, very friendly and very loving. I'm gonna go with Margaret Canning from Bedside Manor. Great singer, that girl. Set of pipes like a church organ, would be jealous of all day. Just saying. So check out Bedside Manor on Facebook. Just saying. They'll be touring eventually. So yes. Harold, who is your top 3?
Well, first and foremost, it's gotta be the boss, Bruce Springsteen. And I'd like it to be Born in the USA Bruce with the bandana and the denim and the gruff look. Whoa, baby. Second, I'm going to go with the one and only from NXT, Poppy.
I thought you were going to say Isaiah Scott.
Third, I got to say the king of pop, Michael Jackson.
You could do so many variants there.
All the chase figures.
I could get behind that, but you need just one of him eating popcorn for all the memes. So yes, that is our top 3 Tuesday. Let us know your top 3 Tuesday in the comments section below. Harold, where can people find you on social media?
I am on Instagram at Harold the Puppet. I'm on YouTube. I don't think I'm popular enough to get a custom URL.
We'll link
and
it.
I'm on Facebook, Harold the Puppet. And I'm in the Micro Nerd, Micro Brawlers podcast. Yeah.
Well, we're the Wrestling Nerd broadcast. You're in the Micro Brawler fan group.
Micro Brawler fan group, Wrestling Nerd podcast, broadcast. I'm all hyped up, baby. Yeah.
He's had too many. He's all jacked up on Skittles and Mountain Dew.
Oh, baby, 4 Mountain Dews, 8 packs of Skittles.
I mark out too much for Harold. I'm sorry, everyone, for my professionalism. But yes, make sure you follow Harold on all the platforms of social media. What the fuck? Follow us on all the platforms of social media. Facebook.com/WNRDB, Twitter at WNRDB, Patreon.com/WNRDB, where you get a bunch of great rewards. You get to talk to all of us all day, and you could have been a part of that text conversation all morning. Oof, that got intense. Don't forget to check out ProWrestlingTees.com, where you can get your nerd merch. ProWrestlingTees.com/The Wrestling Nerd Broadcast. I can't point at this shirt because it's opposite way. Yes, you get this shirt, you get hats. We're gonna have a bunch of merch coming out very soon once Dougie Nunya can get his affairs in order and start designing again. So yes, so check us out on all the platforms of social media. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your friends. Please hit that subscribe button, smash it in the face. And until next time, on behalf of myself, the king at the time of recording, I don't know if by the time this video is live, I'll still have the crown. We'll see. The founding father, Nick Carpenter, the Micro Brawler Scholar, Mr. Ryan Crossley, and of course, our commissioner, Mr. Harold the Puppet. Thank you for watching the Wrestling Nerd broadcast. And until next time, on behalf of everyone, don't forget to tell your mother you love her every day because, like Kevin Durant said, Mom, you're the real MVP. Good night, everyone, and God bless America.